And these are sayings of the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak, gathered together by his successor and his son-in-law, and the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Man should think carefully, should ponder thoughtfully how greatness is God's kindness. What's God's kindness? Okay, that he creates us and we're alive and with this, but even more than that, that such a small, insignificant being like man can bring pleasure to God, about who he says there's no comprehending God's greatness. In cheker you can't, or ligadulato in cheker, to God's greatness, you can't possibly fathom. And we're just creations. What are we creations? And a little deed that you do gives God pleasure. You want to get mad, you don't get mad. You give a little bit of charity, God gets tremendous pleasure from this. Says, well, I have the power to do this. How can I have the power? He says, that's the way God set up the world. But it ends up that we're tremendously important. Not just the fact that God creating us, that's also important, but we have responsibility to God. And when we fill this responsibility, no matter who you are, no matter how insignificant you think you are, God gets pleasure from it. Man, therefore, you should also always be inspired and do your service, serving God. Everything you do should be serving God, and everything you do should be happy and with a good spirit. And now I'll tell you a story. One minute. Stop the share.